All right, gang, here we are at European Motors in Cedar Rapids, and do we have a really unique vehicle here. This is, for all intents and purposes, this is a one-owner 1994 BMW E36 chassis. This is a 318 IS coupe with a manual transmission, 5-speed. And we have serviced this car since about 2000. In fact, I personally knew the guy that bought this brand new. I want to say he worked at Rockwell. I can't quite remember all those details, but anyway, he owned it for what? Golly, what would it have been? 25 years?
20, just over 25 years.
Yeah, and sold it to a neighbor. I think what the story was they were going to give it to their son, and I don't know what's wrong with kids today, but he didn't want to learn how to drive a stick. So they contacted us because we serviced it and said, would you like to buy it? And we did. And man, are we happy we did, because you just do not see them in this kind of condition. Now, it does have some wear and tear. He used it as a daily driver, but it's only got essentially one mature owner since new. Here's some of the wear. You got a little paint delamination on the badge. See what we got under here. Look at that. Original steel spare. Let's see what we got for tools. So we're all gonna, this is a surprise for all of us, but you know, if you know E36s, you got the toolkit in here. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So I'm geeking out because I sold a lot of these, and Tommy, between you and me, we've owned 7 of these over the years. There's the VIN tag. What color is this, Tommy? You say it so well.
Boston green.
Boston green. Period correct 5-spoke wheels. Those are Smith's wheels. Those are English wheel. Really nice look on the car. Brand new tires on it all the way around. Does have a Momo steering wheel, so no driver airbag, be aware of that. But man, it is really well kept. Let's see under the hood. So this has the overhead cam, twin cam, 4-banger, 4-cylinder. So these were known for kind of the way they revved and their economy. I mean, this is like a 35 mile per gallon car, real world, all day long. There we go, Boston. So that's the Cosmoline still on the engine from when BMW shipped it across the Atlantic. That's that goldish hue. Some people like it. Me personally, I like it. Some people would remove it back in the day. This one still has it. And the headlights are nice and bright. This is all kind of factory, hasn't really been messed with other than the steering wheel, which is just a much nicer feeling steering wheel. And then we treated it here. The shocks were a little tired, so we put an H&R kind of sport suspension kit on it with a spring that lowers it about a ½ an inch, and then matching dampers all the way around. Just something you don't see anymore. Gosh, I owned my E36s, almost all of them last century, I want to say, or right around the millennial. Tommy, you had yours a little later than that. Got a little bit of wear on the A-pillar here. I'll show you that because you can really only see that through the windshield glass, and that's really common on these. In fact, those have been recovered once, I can tell. We'll go in on the inside here. Sunroof works. The AC is cold. A little bit of wear back here. You can see where the net used to be. Back here, it's on the passenger side. So it is not a perfect car by any stretch, but I think you can tell by the videos, or the walk around here that we're doing, it is pretty exceptionally clean. You know what I forgot to do when I popped the hood? Let's see if we've got the VIN tags. This will be a surprise again to everybody. I know he did hit an animal with it. Yep, so it's been painted here. The VIN tag is still there, so you can see it's the original fender. It was repaired. I know he hit animal like a raccoon or something. This side is still there, so be aware of that. I can't tell if the one on the hood is there.
It looks like the hood was painted
repainted.
as well. That could have just been the rock chips from the old age.
Yeah, the hood looks great.
I mean, it's...
And we do have, I think you have a receipt in there from the BMW dealer who actually did the repair. So we do have a little bit of documentation. In fact, we have the original sales inspection, I think, for the car when it was new. He purchased it in Colorado, and then, you know, I'm not sure what his actual story was. I just remember talking to him. And like I say, I'm 90% sure he worked at Rockwell International, which employs a lot of people here, a lot of engineers, aeronautical stuff. You want to drive it?
Let's take it for a spin. Did notice there's a little bit of clear that came off right there on the roof, if you can see it. You really have to get up on it to see it though.
So no warning lights or anything like that. Let's see if the sunroof works.
It does. I tested it just about 10 minutes ago.
I know the AC is cold. I'll maybe put a little bit of that on. It's kind of a warm day. Oh, and it's got a Bluetooth Continental radio. Come and get this BMW, you will love it. I guarantee it. This is just sweet. I love these cars. You know, with the 4-cylinder, you know, it's not a powerhouse by any means, but it is zippy and eager, if that makes any sense. It's quite a delight to drive. I call them kind of momentum cars. Tommy, we got any books in the glove box?
Looks like we don't have books, but we have some spare stuff from the radio books.
I'll tell you what, even though that steering wheel is custom, it is really comfortable. Super soft leather, and the nice thing is it's a little smaller diameter, so it really, look at how that is so responsive. You know, between that and the H&R suspension that we put on it, the suspension's all new. Clutch feels pretty good to me. It does catch on the high side, so be aware of that, but it doesn't slip or do anything crazy. Man, and it just shifts so nicely. I mean, the shifter's nice, and just kind of feels, definitely tell it hasn't had a lot of owners and been abused. So we'll run it down the ramp here, get it up to speed. If you're getting really crazy with the car, you do get just a hint of rubbing from the wheel and tire package that's on it. This car does come with the factory wheels if you'd like those, but we think these wheels give it a nice period look. There's 60 miles an hour, goes down the road just fine. It's actually pretty quiet in here. That air is ice cold. So there it is, you know, 94 BMW 318 IS, basically a one-owner car, except for that little blip in its history that was pretty short-term. Really well kept. I guess we didn't touch on the miles, only 123,000 miles, which on a 94 is pretty young as far as the mileage goes. Even the display, you can see it's 90 degrees. It's not super pixelated or anything. So remember, we ship anywhere in the lower 48, so if you're a collector and maybe you want to add this to your collection, we all know these are going up in value, and these were kind of, in my opinion, BMW's bright spot in their history. These were great cars, and we can get it right to your driveway if you so wish. EuropeanMotorsIowa.com, 319-393-8496. You have any questions? Like I say, Tommy and I, between the two of us, owned 7 E36s over the years. I think we can get you helped out with any questions you may have that maybe we didn't touch on in the video. Thanks so much for watching.